Today I'm going to be showing you guys how we do outreach at the actual link building agency. I'm going to show you from start to finish. I've also given away a sheet in this video, so if you guys want access to this sheet, make certain to click the link down below and you will get access to it. One thing you might just need to do is click on file and then make a copy for yourself. But this sheet will tell you everything that you need from high open rate subject lines that we actually use at our own link building agency. Main body templates as well. We also use, again, this is based off of like years of what we've tested and what works, what also doesn't work. We've burnt through a lot of emails as well when testing all of this. We also have got like a PS as well, so I'll show you guys a little bit more as to why we actually put this in. Spam triggers, so trigger words that Google doesn't like. So if you're sending any of these words, like for example, discount or don't delete or offer expires within your main body email template.
Did you know that 81% of businesses are overspending when it comes to actually trying to rank their website organically in Google? That's why I've decided to create the Traffic Accelerator system. It will tell you exactly what your website is lacking. The Traffic Accelerator system will tell you exactly how many backlinks you need, what articles you're missing on your website, and also how to internally link those articles together to gain topical authority. Now, if you're struggling to rank on Google, click the link down below, get the Traffic Accelerator system for your website. It's only $195 and it will tell you exactly everything your website is lacking.
Google will very quickly burn that email address that you're sending it from. Now, that's fine in some cases. If say, for example, some of you guys are doing some form of outreach in the gambling space, you might actually decide, okay, I'm happy for my email to burn out after, let's say, 100 or 200 emails, but some of you guys that are like operating in SaaS and stuff, and you're trying to get links every single month consistently, this is probably like your go-to list that you want to be looking at. And then I've also got some average rates to aim for as well. So for example, if any of you guys do want to beat the agency rates, this is what you should be looking at. So for example, for 100 emails sent, we'll probably get about 40 to 60 email opens. We then get 10 to 15 clicks, and then we also have 8 to 12 replies, 5 to 8 positive responses, and then 3 to 5 links based off of like 100 links. Again, this can be a little bit higher, especially if we're doing outreach through to a website that we know allows for guest posts and stuff like that. Now, the next step is obviously trying to find some of these links that basically is going to push the needle. So we don't want to be doing outreach through to a website that's just like kind of like a noisy link. It's just the sake of getting a link. We want to actually be doing outreach through to websites that we know is going to push the needle. And the best way to actually do that is we're going to need two tools. We're going to need Ahrefs, and we're also going to need Hunter.io. On Ahrefs, I've just stuck in a random website here, just casuallaw.com. It's a made-up website. We're also then going to head over to Google. We will do, let's say, lawyers in New York, and we're going to take a look at the top 3 ranking websites here, right? So let's say, for example, if we were going to go up against lawyers in New York, well, we would want to go, or if we had a website that we're going to try to rank for, what we want to do is go to the link intersect section on Ahrefs. Basically, this is going to tell us all of the links that our competitors have that we don't have, and then we can basically then create a hit list of links to actually start doing outreach through to. So again, I'm going to copy this one and the third and last one. You can also do more as well. You can do 4 or 5, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to put in 3. And then we're just going to click on to the link intersect section. Now, one thing to bear in mind, especially if you're going to be doing this at a local level, if you're looking at a intersect of 3, in some cases, these are just going to be like directory styles. So like, for example, Crunchbase, you won't need to do outreach through to that. Yellow Pages, you don't need to do outreach through to that. These are literally just directories. So in a lot of cases, I like to set this to do follow. We're also going to do like a minimum DR of like, let's say 20. And then we're going to do at least links to 2 of our competitors. Actually, we might just need to do follow and a minimum DR of 20 again. 20, apply, and show results. And as you can see, we've already narrowed this down from, let's say, I think it was like 300 down to now 53. And then I'm basically looking at links that these guys have that I don't, that I could definitely get listed on. So for example, what's this one? DeLanceyStreet.com. This looks like a website that we could definitely do some outreach through to. But let's actually create a hit list. So for example, we've got like Stumble Forward. I'm going to be doing like the eyeball tests for a lot of these websites. And what I mean by that is, for example, something like this is probably just going to be like a more of a directory. So I'm not even going to bother doing outreach through to this website. This again is going to be like more of a directory as well. This is definitely a guest post website. We could probably add this to the list. So a few things when we're actually vetting out some of these websites is we want to make certain that like the website is actually talking about what we are trying to rank for. So for example, this is talking about debt consolidation, debt management, credit cards. It's also talking about some business tips as well. So if we were going to actually do outreach through to this website, it could definitely work in the sense that these guys, they're talking about what we want to essentially rank for. They are obviously talking about business, or talking about credit cards. So for example, if we are a law firm talking about like credit card debt, or consolidating your debt as a law firm, for example, this could definitely work. So I'm going to actually add this to our next tab, links to outreach, and we're just going to paste this in here. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to find a few bigger websites that have some more links, and we're going to do this exact same process one more time. Now, in this case, I've actually done a little bit of a different strategy, and I think you guys should also know about this strategy. So in this case, I've just searched like best running shoes, because I know some of you guys might be affiliates, or some of you guys might own e-commerce stores as well. And in some cases, you want to compare against a subset of pages as opposed to just home pages. And what I mean by that is, like, for example, we've got like Runner's World #1. We'll ignore #2 because Runner's World has 2 positions, but then we've got Run Repeat, and we also have got like New York Magazine. So in Ahrefs, what I've actually done is I've just went to casuallaw.com/best running shoes, right? This is a made up website. This is what I would do for an actual genuine website. Then I've also put in the actual path, the direct path of this page. So runnersworld.com/gear/A199 whatever /best running shoes. Same with runrepeat.com/best running shoes. Same with NYMag /best running shoes. And the reason we've done that is because we want to see specifically the links going through to that subset of pages and what we can actually acquire. In some cases, you might want to actually remove the minimum DR because you might get some genuine websites that are actually really decent, that are less than the DR 20 minimum. And then I'm basically looking at all of these websites to see which ones can actually do some outreach through to. So, for example, this one has been blocked by my browser. So it might be something I want to stay clear of. And then we've got ontheballaussies.com. Now, again, this looks like a little bit of an older website, but in some cases, the older websites actually do have a little bit more trust in traffic. So, for example, if I use the LRT, This page actually has 80 million backlinks and 7,000 referring domains. So it could be definitely one that I would do actual outreach through to. So I'm just going to add this to the links to do outreach through to. And then I'm also going to show you guys how to actually find the emails for each of these websites. Then we've got runnerstripe.com. Let's see. So this website looks like it's all to do with like running and sports. So again, I'm going to add this to the list. I feel like that's a pretty decent link to actually have. So once we've added it to the list, we're going to go work our way down. Then we've got Daily, Herald, and News. Again, this looks like it is a news style website. So again, I'm going to add that to the list as well. So very quickly, you can see what we're actually doing here. One by one, we're working through the actual list, and we're adding them through to our list of prospects. Something like this I probably wouldn't do, mainly because it looks like it's kind of like an aggregator website. So I would probably ignore that. And let's just find a fifth one here. We'll add that onto the list. So now that we've got 5 websites, the next step is we actually want to head over to hunter.io, and we want to just paste these in to the actual list. So for example, if we do, let's do runnerstripe.com, we just paste that in, and if we hit enter, you'll see that it's got 3 email addresses. So once we actually figure out if it is the correct website we're looking at, we can actually click on find email addresses here. And as you can see, you've got Ross at runnerstripe.com. You've also got info at, and then you also have Sam. Now, the good thing about this tool that it also tells you how valid the email is, like how much it trusts that email. So Ross, for example, here, it's got a 99% chance that it is actually Ross. So the next step is we're actually going to copy this into our Gmail, and we're going to send the actual email out to Ross. So as you can see here, we've just pasted Ross's actual email in, and it's actually come up with like an image of Ross running. So that's always a good sign. We can always see that if it is an actual person. In some cases, just as an actual rule of thumb, this actual image, it doesn't always show up, but if it does show up, it is a really good sign that it is an actual person, and it is actually the correct email. Then what we want to do is head over to our subject lines. I'm just going to use the first one. All 5 of these work very well, but the first one will do fine. Then we're just going to paste this into our subject line, and then we're going to add in our main body text. So for example, this is Ross, and we're going to do, so if we're going to be talking about best running shoes on our website, we're going to be talking about running shoes. And then I'm just going to format this a little bit nicer, and we're also going to add in the PS as well. So this is what the email should look like. So it's obviously going to Ross at runnerstripe.com. This guest post will skyrocket your traffic, ready to publish, right? It's super straight to the point. Then it says, hi Ross, I love your blog and would be thrilled to contribute a guest post on running shoes. I have a unique angle that I think your readers will find find really valuable. Let me know if you're interested. P.S. I'm happy to cover the costs for creating this content or provide the guest post myself, whatever works for you best. And the reason why we've actually included this sentence at the end is because a lot of website owners, they have content writers or potentially even content or SEO editors, and if you aren't willing to pay for that staff member's time, they just won't even like they'll literally just delete the email. So for example, even if it's like myself, like if somebody comes to me and says like, "Hey Kaz, can you review this product on your YouTube channel or let's say on your blog," I can say yes, I can, but obviously there's a time involved. If I'm going to review like a certain SEO tool on my channel, I need to get my editors, my video editors involved. That's obviously going to run myself a cost. In some cases, I actually need to spend time actually looking at the SEO tools. So again, that's a direct cost value. So again, nothing is necessarily free. In some cases, if you're actually providing the content yourself and it's an actual well-researched, well-documented article, it can definitely be a free link. In other instances, you can also provide, let's say, infographics. That does very well. You can also do videos for that website, and that also does very well. And they will also give you a link back to your website for free. Or in other cases, you can also do like a technical SEO audit for that website. And you can definitely land that link for free as well. But in some cases, they will ask for money, especially if you aren't willing to actually provide the content for the guest posts and stuff. So just make certain that you are actually doing that like PS line. You can also tweak it. There's different variations that we've actually used. But that's how we're doing outreach. Like what I mentioned before, if you've got like, let's say a 100 link gap, so if your competitors have 100 links, you're going to need to do a lot of links or a lot of outreach to land those links. So for example, out of 100 emails sent, you're probably going to get 3 to 5 actual landed links for your website. So just bear that in mind. It can definitely be very much a numbers game when it comes to link building. But I hope you guys have found this video useful. If you guys want the access to the sheet, make certain to check the link down below. And as always, if you guys want a free growth strategy call for your website, make certain to check out casualdash.com. Thanks.